Thank you so much. Now I'm going to try this again, and let's see what shows up on your screen. I think we've got it.
Yes.
You got it, Tanya.
Ah, what? All right. And if it looks like I'm looking around, it's because I'm reading and doing all sorts of things here. But we're gonna dive right in. And thanks, Mel, for that amazing introduction. I am a master breakthrough coach. I've been doing this for about 30 years, probably a little bit more. And what I wanted to talk with you guys, and so I'm not going to talk about me. This is going to be extremely interactive. And I know I've only got 20 minutes, so I'm going to fly through these slides because I want to give us the bulk of the time to do an exercise together that is going to give you, access to a breakthrough right now, right? So this is a question, and that's why the question mark is in parentheses, because it's a real question that I want you to ask yourself, because a lot of times, we do our New Year's Eve resolutions and we say that we want to do something and we're going to do something. Yeah, I'm going to do it. And then, but we just want to be part of the in crowd. We just want to be popular. We just want to belong, right? So the question that I really want you guys to ask yourself right now is, are you done playing small? Like, and seriously, are you done playing small? Because if you are, then we're going to boss up your business like you mean it. Okay. So you can answer, I'm not able to see the chat right now. I don't think, wait a minute, maybe I can. Oh, I can. Yes. All right. So I'm going to move the chat right. Oh, we're cooking with gas now. You done? Okay. I see someone. Susie's done playing small. Exactly. Yes. Okay, great. So we're ready to rock and roll. Yes. Because I'm a cosmic tree. I love it. Yes. Great, guys. So keep answering, because that's going to really reinforce this learning and this the distinguishing that we're going to do. All right. So cool. So if you're done playing small, now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the 5 pathways. I think, oh yeah, now that you're sure, let's boss up. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to fly through these. So you're going to have to write really fast. So I'm going to give you 5 pathways to bossing up. Now, these are just pathways. When you lay a pathway out, you've got to walk it in order to get from where where you laid the pathway. Like if you look in Google Maps for something and you see, oh, okay, it's going to take me 20 minutes and I'm going to be traveling 15 miles and I'm going to be going, down this road, and then I'm going to make a left and I'm going to make a right, everybody knows that, right? So these are just the pathways. Then we're going to do an exercise that's going to give you access to controlling your journey along these pathways. Does that sound good? Just write it in the chat. Do you guys, if you're with me, just let me know. If you have a question, okay, cool. It's clear. All right. So the pathways are these, and it's really, piggybacking on some of the other things that I've heard the other presenters and you guys say in the comments. So one of the first pathways is you got to transform your past struggles into fuel for success. A lot of time we get stuck in our past struggles. We beat the crap out of ourselves, and we women are especially good at it. I don't know why, but we are. We should be, we should be able to get it all done. We should be able to, juggle the kids and the husband and or the partner and the job or the business and, the house. And if you have had a struggle, whether it be money, and look, again, speaking from I'm speaking to the what do you call it? Preaching to the choir. I have had all these struggles. Okay, I have had past struggles, and what has really helped me to propel and accelerate is to turn those struggles into fuel for my success instead of beating myself into submission. Okay, so that's pathway number 1. Pathway number 2, you got to embracing your authentic story as your superpower. A lot of times we spend all this time comparing ourselves. Why aren't I like Mel? Why aren't I like Mel Robbins? Why aren't I like Lisa Nichols? Why aren't I like all these? I've been here for 30 years. How come I don't have that reach, right? And it's because some of the time we're actually making a comparison and then trying to map ourselves into their story. So what's cool? Yeah, I see Laura really responded to that. Yes. So what I want what I want you to give you, what I want to leave you with is that your story, whatever it is, like with what Marcia was talking about, what she's dealing with right now, Marcia, that's your story. That's your superpower. Okay. That's nothing to hide. I'm so proud of you for sharing that, because most, women, if you get that kind of diagnosis, you kind of shrink and you go back in on yourself and you want to hide out. And it's like, oh my God, I'm not perfect. Oh my God, my health, all this stuff. And instead, you spoke it. And when you can speak that and embrace it as your superpower, the sky's the limit. So that's pathway number 2. Pathway number 3, and we're going to do an exercise on this. That's why I'm running through this real quick, is identifying and breaking through self-imposed limitations. And, those can be your mindset. Those can be, I'm not skinny enough. I'm not big enough. I'm not popular enough. This happened to me in school. I can't, whatever, right? So someone is, oh, okay. That I just got a message on futureseed, so that's for you, Mel. So what you want to do is to, first of all, you got to identify them, right? Because if they can be hiding in plain view, right? I'm trying to think really quickly of one of my self-imposed limitations, and I happen to be gay, and for a long time I had a limiting thought attached to that. I can only get but so far. I can only do but so much because I am other, right? So if you've got yourself as other in any way, whether you be, Black, you be Asian, you be, old, you be young, you, whatever thought, self-imposed limitation, you've got to identify it and then break through it. We're going to do an exercise to help you do that. The next thing is you got to take decisive action without external validation. Stop waiting for permission, right? And I know that's probably something that Mel is incredibly good at, getting you to stop waiting for permission. Because I remember working with her and her giving herself permission to be extraordinary. And look, she's extraordinary. Now this is, Mel, when was it? Was that 2012 we worked together?
It was some time ago. Yeah.
It was a while back. Yeah.
And thank you. Thank you.
You are so welcome. I'm just so pleased to be here with you. So I remember that with you that, there was sort of like a waiting for permission to take up space, right? To be bold, and in your own authentic voice. You didn't have to take up space the way, for example, as a Landmark Wisdom Course leader, I took up space, right? It's different. You're unique, but you are so amazing. And all of you here, when you find out and give yourself permission, you're amazing. So that's the 4th pathway. And the 5th pathway is building confidence through identifying root cause issues of low self-esteem. Now, I want to make oh, thank you, Laura. I want to make a point here. This is something I've been working with over the last about a year, is distinguishing between self-esteem and self-confidence. Okay. So they're not the same. And most of it, like, I have done all the self-confidence things. I graduated from a Ivy League university. I was in a master's program as a fellow. I did all the stuff, right? And that was all by 27. Then I moved myself to Denmark and had 30 years of, thriving, building companies and having, really doing well. But what I noticed is that over the last year is that, ooh, that's a lot of confidence, but where's the self-esteem? Like if everything fell to the floor, right? Who would you be being at that point? So there's a distinction between self-esteem and confidence that I'm working around in programming that I'm doing right now that is giving me and my clients a lot of space, a lot, it's no longer about what it is we achieve, it's who we are while we're achieving that, being able to look yourself in the mirror, to charge the prices that you want to charge, to, promote the programs that you want to promote, and to just be bold with it because your self-esteem is in check. I guess that's the best word I can come up with, right? And you've taken a hold of yourself and said, I'm worth it. I'm worthy and I'm worth it. So any questions before, because we're gonna dash into this exercise right now. Mel, you know this exercise. I don't know how much of it we're gonna be able to get through, but we're gonna go for it as much as we can. And this exercise is called Reclaiming Your Say in the Matter of Your Business. And oh yeah, Laura, worthy and worth it. Yes, breathe it in. Breathe it in. If anyone else is seeing something there about, let me just go back to that one for a second. If anyone else is seeing something about self-esteem, maybe we should stop for a moment and, put that in the chat. Do you understand? Does that make sense to you that there is a distinction between self-esteem is what we believe about ourselves. It's more, Sarah, thanks for asking that question. It's our belief about ourselves. And you want to check out what your belief is about yourself. Like, do you think that you're great? Because again, women, we're always nurturing, helping everybody else out. But at the end of the day, am I important? Am I valuable? Am I worthy? Am I worth it? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, people are getting it. Very interesting. Yeah, I hadn't considered it either, Carolyn, until about a year ago, where it's like, yeah, self-esteem, self-worth, self-belief, what it is you believe about yourself on any given day, not just when you're doing well, not just when you're getting all the accolades, but I'm talking about 3 o'clock in the morning when you wake up and something hasn't gone right. Who am I if I'm not my accomplishments? Exactly, Caitlin. What is my worth under all that? If something has not gone well or you're struggling at some particular time, because we all do, what is it that you really believe about yourself at 3 a.m., right? When the makeup's off and you're in your jammies and, and it's like, I'm not quite sure what's going on here. But so I get that everyone has gotten that. So thank you. And great, Marcia. Marcia feels worthy enough to believe in her vision and value yourself enough. Yes, exactly. Excellent. So let's go ahead and do this exercise. Now, this exercise is called Reclaiming Your Say in the Matter of Your Business. And it's 20 minutes, but we're not going to do 20 minutes. Again, we're going to zip through this so that you get an opportunity to answer some questions for yourself about yourself. So there's going to be a series of questions that I'm going to ask, and we're going to do as many time frames as we can get through, because this is going to be about what you've been thinking about yourself and your business this past year, as an adult, as a teenager, from the ages of 4 to 7, 8 to 10, and 11 to 14, because it builds upon itself. So here we go.
Tanya, take an extra 5 minutes so that you can really plan for this, right?
All right, excellent. All right, great. So we're going to start now, and hang on a second. There, great. So recall a time. You can close your eyes to do this, or you can write your answers down. It is up to you. So recall a time during the past year when you were moving towards completing something in your business that you said you would do, and someone or some situation stopped you. And first of all, you just want to grab an incident where you were moving to complete something you said you were going to do in your business. And in your world, it doesn't have to necessarily be true, like someone actually pulled your bank, took your credit card or something like that. But in the way that you see this, you feel like someone or some situation stopped you from getting that thing done. And now here are the questions you want to ask yourself. What happened? So you got the incident, just jot down a few words that'll help you remember the incident. What happened, who was there, you and who else. How did you feel about what was happening? just a word, sad, angry, frustrated, joyful, whatever. No, probably not joyful. What did people say about you? This is your opportunity to get it all down and get it all out. Oh, you're not reliable. That didn't work out too good. What did people say about you? And then here's the big kahuna. What did you say about yourself? And we know how harsh we can be on ourselves. I suck, I didn't get, why did I wait so long? I heard someone talking about procrastination. Why didn't I jump on that earlier? Blah, 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 right? What did you say about yourself? And then what was your final comment about what was happening? Now that's for the past year. Now we're going to go on and do another one. So I want you to recall another time as an adult when you were moving to complete something that you said you would do. This could either be in your business or in your life, because I don't know when you all started your businesses, but it could be any time from when you consider yourself an adult, 21 and up, yeah, or 18 and up, depends on where you were raised. You were moving towards completing something you said you would do, and in your mind, or in your estimation, or in your memory, someone or some situation stopped you. And once you have an incident, again, you're going to write down what happened, who was there, you and who else, what emotions did you have? What did people say about you? What did you say about yourself? And again, what was your final comment about what was happening? And I just want to, add something to that final comment. That final comment should be in an I am statement. I am lost. I am dumb. I am not worthy. I am ridiculous. I am, so you want to make an I am statement. And normally they're not going to be positive, but this is your opportunity to get to those limiting beliefs that you've got going on that you think you've forgotten, but they inform everything, right? I do this exercise over and over and over again, and I uncover more and more every time I do it. So now we're going to go into your teenage years where, we made a whole bunch of mistakes, right? And we created a whole bunch of limiting beliefs about ourselves because all we wanted to do was fit in. Yeah. So again, now recall another time as a teenager when you were moving towards completing something you said you would do, and someone or some situation stopped you. Now, again, that could be something, I'll give you some prompts in case if anyone needs it. You could have been, I'm I said I was going to study for my A levels or my O levels, and I didn't. And it was because I was overwhelmed with schoolwork. Or, I said I was going to go out for that play, and I felt wrong. I felt fat. I felt, uninspired, and I didn't do it. There was something you said you were going to do, and someone or some situation stopped you. And that someone can be you. Okay. What happened? Who was there? You and who else? How did you feel? And here's the important bit right here, because this is going to give you some access to the limiting belief. What words did you use to describe the situation? Lost, failed, stupid, ridiculous. What did people say? I'm going to give you a second to fill that one out. What words did you use to describe the situation? What did people say about you? What did you say about yourself? Be honest. Don't pretty it up, because the more honest you are, the rawer you are with this, the more you're going to get access to. Now, here's a very good question. How did you say you needed to be to avoid this happening again? Now, that could be something like, I've got to be perfect, which we know doesn't exist, but you may have spent all your years since your teenage years trying to get it right, trying to be perfect. And because I've got to be perfect. So how did you say you need to be? I got to be perfect. What's the one? I got to know better. I've got to get out ahead of it. I've got to be the smartest in the room. I've got to get educated. All of those things that you said, so that this thing that happened never ever happens to you again. Okay, we're halfway through. We're almost there. We're going to go back to the ages 11 to 14. You're moving towards completing something you said you would do, and someone or some situation stopped you. Now, this part, since you're a minor, it's probably going to be some adult that said, you said you were going to do something. I'm going to get the lead in the play, and you didn't get it. I'm going to learn how to play an instrument, and your parents wouldn't buy you one. I'm going to go out for the basketball team, and you didn't make it, right? So you were moving towards completing something you said you would do, and someone or some situation stopped you. Teacher, parent, neighbor, some adult. Yeah. So again, what happened? Who was there? You and who else? How did you feel? And here's the big kahuna in this one. What judgments did you make about yourself? How did you classify, categorize, or label yourself? Like, you're now being judged for the rest of your life, and I judge me as unworthy. I judge me as not enough. I judge me as not smart enough, right? I judge me as not pretty enough. I judge me as not talented enough, right? Again, what did people say about you? And what kind of person did you see yourself to be? 2 more to go. Same question. All the time between the ages of 8 and 10, when you were moving towards completing something and someone or some situation stopped you. Now, these can be situations that are completely out of your control. Like, I said I was going to be best friends with my neighbor forever, and she moved away. Again, adults are running the space at this point. Yeah. So you just want to take something that happened that you were out, it was something that was out of your control that you had said you were going to do. What happened? Who was there with you? What emotions did you experience? And this, I'm going to give you a few seconds to answer this one. What did you want to say that you couldn't say? Because you're a kid and the adults are running the show, and you feel like you're being treated unfairly, and you didn't get to say, that's not right. That's not fair. You shouldn't talk to me that way. You shouldn't have treated me that way, like that. And you can come back and finish this exercise later. So what did you want to say that you couldn't say? What did people say about you? What kind of person did you see yourself to be? Oh, cool. Thank you, Mel. And who did you then need to become in order to survive the thing that you didn't get to complete because the adults in the space didn't let you? Or it could be older siblings, it could be neighbors, but it's more than likely adults, right? So who did you then need to be in order to survive? I've got to be smart. I've got to be quick. I've got to be certain. I can't make mistakes. I've got to be on top of everything. Yeah. Last one. I want you to recall a time between the ages of 4 and 7. I know this is going way, way, way back, but again, you want to kind of couch it in, it's a school situation, it's a home situation, it's a neighborhood situation. If you participated in the scouts, for example, because you're between the ages of 4 and 7. I started scouting when I was 7. I remember some incidences that came up where I was moving towards completing something, and one of the scout leaders stopped me. So you just want to just want to look around in your life. I got to be weaker as my strength caused an exclusion. Yeah, there it is, Susie. Very good. I've got to be weaker as my strength caused an exclusion. People don't want to see. Exactly. That's how a lot of us women, dumb ourselves down, or we, take away our own power because we're supposed to be sweet and nice and gentle and make everybody else feel good around us. So we never get to say, that doesn't work for me. I don't want to do that. You don't tell me what to do. I know what I'm doing. Oh, Lynn got thrown out of the brownies for talking back. Exactly, because the adults said, this is how it's going, and you have nothing to say about it. Now, the thing that you want, of course, when people work with me, we take this a step further and we, figure out how that decision that you made, these, what did you need, who did you need to be in order to survive? What kind of person did you see yourself to be? How that has been impacting you invisibly. It's been invisible, but it's there all the time, right? So this last one is ages of 4 to 7, you were moving towards completing something and someone or some situation stopped you. What happened? Who was there? You and who else? Corinne, she emigrated when she was 4. Exactly. Yeah. How did you feel? Were you uncomfortable? Were you upset? Were you embarrassed? Being made to apologize consistently for exactly. You guys got it. You guys are getting it. This is, I'm getting all in the comments. I'm seeing all the comments and you get it. And you're doing really, really well. Yeah. So here's the other question. Now, sometimes I add this and sometimes I don't, but it is a part of this process. Did it hurt somewhere on your body? Sometimes we get beat or abused or something happens and we get hurt, and then the question is, look at your body now, is it hurting somewhere? Because one of the things that we discovered when I learned this technique is that people hold on, you hold on to physical pain even though it doesn't hurt anymore. It's impacting your body some way. There was a guy who said that he got sucker punched on the baseball field or something when he was 7 years old. He did like this, and exactly, the body holds the score. Until he did this exercise, his posture was this. And the moment he did this exercise and discovered the decision that he had made and identified the hurt, oh yeah, growing up being told you're not going to amount to it. Exactly. He was able to stand up and straighten up. So here's some more questions. Look at your body now. Is it hurting somewhere? Some people are feeling really emotional. Yeah, I get that. I get that. And the fact is, like, it takes about, when I do this process, it's about 45 minutes to take it slow because there is a lot of emotion. And I'm so, so happy that you're feeling Margaret is feeling a release. That's excellent. Yeah. Oh, Chaz, I got something for you. Chaz is talking about being told as a Black child that this level of entrepreneurship was not possible. Hello. I got something for that. All right. And Mel knows what I'm talking about. And yeah, that's huge for us people, women of color. Yeah. Carolyn's literally sick to her stomach. Ah, okay. So there's something there. So exactly. So I want you to take a few minutes to answer these questions. And thank you guys so much for the trust and and really making a safe space for you guys to be able, for you ladies, women, to be able to express. I feel very emotional. Yeah. And that's okay. That's really okay because you're safe now and it's not happening now, right? But what we want to do is we want to identify it so that you can grow it up to where you are now. So here are the last questions. Oh my goodness, at school I was told to get a job as a cleaner. Yeah, I get it. I get it. In what ways did this situation have an impact? And once again, did you have any say in the matter? That's a yes, no question. More than likely it's no. Here you get an opportunity. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. What did you want to say that you could not say when these dream killing adults or other people told you who you could and could not be? What did you want to say that you could not say? You can put it in the chat. And oh, Chaz is in hives. Okay. Oh, got it. That's not fair. Exactly. And I'm glad you put it in caps because you're right. That was not fair. Excellent, Chaz. Keep going. So what did you want to say that you could not say? That's not fair. That's not true. Why not? Excellent. Excellent. You guys are so great. Give yourselves a few more seconds for that. What did you want to say that you couldn't say? I'm okay as I am. Exactly. Yes. I'm not answering back. I'm asking a question. Deal with your own issues. Why not me? I can do this. I'm going to tell on you. Yes. Excellent. I have the right. Brilliant. You guys are amazing. Excellent. Yes. So I am somebody and I have potential. Yes, you exactly. So what did people say about you? Oh, I need you. I love that, Rachel. I'll prove you wrong. Oh, I know that one. Wound me, I'll prove you wrong. That's been on my back. That had been on my back for 20 years, right? That's why the specialized high school, Princeton University, master's degree, fellowship. Yeah, I'll prove you. I'll show you. Mine was I'll show you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Rachel just put it as I was speaking it. I'll show you. Yeah. Patricia, I'll show you, which is why we're so successful. But at the same time, it doesn't give us the self-esteem that I was talking about. Self-confidence, yeah. Self-esteem, not until we deal with this, okay? What kind of person, so here's the final three questions. What kind of person did you see yourself to be back then when you couldn't, you couldn't say what you wanted to say, when you couldn't say, I'll show you, I'm not gonna be that person, I need you, I'll prove you wrong, I'm somebody, I have potential, I love being me, I don't care, I have the right, I'm gonna tell on you, I can do this. What kind of person did you see yourself to be back then? What decisions did you make? Now, these are the decisions, the ones that you're saying right now, the things that you couldn't say. What you want to do now is flip it, because if you could have said those things, you wouldn't have been had by them. But because you couldn't say those things until today, what kind of person did you decide you were back then? What decisions did you make about yourself back then? Yep, to stay small, play small, ashamed, weak, exactly, exactly. Which is why I asked at the beginning of this talk, are you, what was the word that I used? I can't remember it now because I'm all in this. Are you done playing small? That's why I asked that question, because, now you can see, who you made yourself up to be. Back then was to hide, to stay quiet. And this is still in the space, guys. So that's why I said that. So now I'm going to go back and ask the last question. And then we're going to open up 4 questions. Who did you have to be talented but not exceptional? Oh my God, you guys are brilliant. Yeah. Not rock the boat, seen and not heard, stay small, be no trouble. I should be seen and not heard, be quiet, don't talk or smile. Abiding, you guys got it. You got it. So I'm going to wait for the comments to stop. And then what I want you guys to do to release this is to take 3 deep breaths with me. Okay? On the count of 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Let it all out. Let's do another one. Inhale. Let it all out. And the last breath. Inhale. And let it all out. That was, you guys were absolutely brilliant. I've never been, yeah, I know you're out of time. Yeah, because I've never been able to do that this quick, but you guys were great. So 1 or 2 questions. I'm going to stop the sharing and come back to the room. I thought I stopped sharing. Stop sharing. Okay, there. Oh, is it still sharing? Mel?
It is. What I'll do is I'll withdraw host permission, then it will just cut. There we go.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So any question, I'm going to say one thing when we're done with the questions, because I can't remember who it was, but there was a Black woman that said something about being Black and being told that you're not, going to amount to what you think as an entrepreneur, you can't. So one of the things, can you say the pathways to bossing up again? Yes, I can. Transform past struggles into fuel for success. Embrace your authentic story as your superpower, or embracing your authentic, these are the pathways, embracing your authentic story as your superpower, identifying and breaking through self-imposed limitations, taking decisive action without external validation or stop waiting for permission, building confidence through identifying root cause issues of low self-esteem. Now, in a moment, Mel, you're going to put up the link that I gave you, which is access to me for this breakthrough process. This is a breakthrough process. I'm a breakthrough coach. That's what I do. That's my jam. That's all I want to do, is I want to cause breakthroughs for business people, entrepreneurs in your professional and your personal life. Now, here's the thing. In addition to that, I recognize that as Black people, we have a history that impacts us in a way that I haven't seen anybody addressing, right? So I've developed a process designed specifically to help Black professionals and creatives reverse our generational trauma and thereby cause unprecedented results. And you can use the same link that Mel's going to put up in a second.
Is there?
Okay, the root cause analysis. But like I said, I'm not saying, okay, if you're not Black, stay out of my yard. It's not like that at all, because if you want a breakthrough, breakthroughs are available. But if you happen to be Black and you want to get in on this, because this is something really, really new that I've developed. I've only done it for about a year, and it's been amazing. For me to recognize my own generational trauma, I'll tell you real quick. I moved to Copenhagen, Denmark, because I thought I'm going to move to Europe and that's going to solve everything, for me about being Black and about being gay, right? Guess what I found out after 30 years, which was 4 years ago? You take your Blackness with you. I was Black over there. I had my generational trauma over there as much as I'm back in the United States now, as much as I have it over here. And it's been amazing to pick this apart. And I am absolutely thrilled that I have the opportunity now to help us, in addition to other people getting breakthrough results, but to actually help us to reverse to first of all, identify, there's no thing as a geographical cure. Nope, there isn't. But to help us identify and reverse the generational trauma. I call it Black mama trauma drama, because our mothers were the ones that were trying to protect us, that were trying to keep us safe. And a lot of the times they said things to us that they thought would protect us, but it wound up clipping our wings, as entrepreneurs. Stay safe, get an education, get a good job, get a pension, because of the places that we moved to in America after slavery, and in the Caribbean, from the Caribbean in the UK. So I know it's the same history, it just looks slightly different. So that's what I had for today. Out of time. Thank you. And yeah, that was it.
Thank you, Tanya. That was amazing. I'm pretty sure everyone, there's the love hearts coming up. I'm pretty sure everyone's feeling like that was not enough time. Even though it ended up being about 35, 40 minutes, you can see that this is deep work that Tanya does. So I'm going to put that link in the chat again. And, it's a free 15-minute root cause analysis call with Tanya. Who wouldn't want that, right? So make sure you click that link and get that deal. Tanya, go on.
I just want to say one thing. That is not a sales call, okay? There's no selling on that call. That is simply to get to your root cause, and then you make your choices from there.
What an amazing offer. So first of all, please unmute, give it up for Tanya Dotson-Winckler.
Yes, Tanya.
Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you so much.
The incredible work that she does. Yes, Sarah, it is for people of all colours. Tanya does specialise in that Black mama drama trauma, and she works with everyone, okay? So we do have to move on. I'm so sorry. I can feel that everyone would just wants like Tanya time. Tanya, thank you again for being here, for giving it the time to be here voluntarily, for giving us such a beautiful offer. I know that you have made a difference already. Adore you. Thank you for being here.
Love
And we
you.
must catch up properly. Yeah, love you
You
too.
do. Thank you. It's my pleasure. I am so honored. I'm going to still hang out because I want to see the other people.
Please, yeah, we've got some equally amazing speakers coming up. Thank you so much, Tanya. So